What's up with you? For today's video, we're with full alphabet team, letter E. Now, last time in our alphabet series, we did the big letter D. This time, we're going to be doing the letter E. So what I did is I picked 6 random Pokemon out that started with the letter E, and I put them on one team with some amazing movesets. If you do want to follow me on Twitch, this is where I take all my battles. I do all my theme teams, my Pokemon sweeps here. It's a really great, fun place to come and watch the live streams. Drop me a follow, the link in the description if you haven't already, and let's get into both these battles. My first opponent, this one was against Ruben, and this one was on the Wycom. So, Ruben, if you ever watch this battle, GG's. So, we got the first Pokemon here as the Rotom Wash. Speaking of Rotom Wash, my washing machine actually broke today. I had to go buy a new one. That's today's story, alright? So, I've got an Escu lead here, and this Escu was a pretty interesting set, trust me, but more on that a little bit later. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be going into Executor, right? Now, this Executor set was actually pretty funny. It was a very, very passive set, but I wanted to make use of a special berry called the Roat Berry, right? Now, I want to actually make use of half it too, and what I wanted, right, is I wanted my opponent to actually hit me with the special moves. So we got Infestation, my favorite healing move, Leech Seed, and Sunny Day, right? So Sunny Day would make Harvest work 100% of the time, and then if I did get hit by a special move like Hex right here, it was actually going to do some damage to the opponent. Now that does a lot of damage to me. Unfortunately, I would have liked to actually, maybe stay on the field a little bit longer there, but the Roat Berry does, I think it's like a 1/8 or 1/16 of damage to the opponent. I forgot what the actual percentage was there because I'm so good at maths. Anyway, you can roast me below in the comment section. Feel free to, right? So I'm going to get some damage there with the Infestation and the Roat Berry. Harvest is going to kick in right away, which is great because that actually means I'm able to get another damage off of the Roat Berry before Executor goes down. So it still counts even though Executor faints, which is really, really cool. But you can sort of see what I'm going with this set. If it was hitting me for a little bit lighter, maybe not super effective damage, I could continually get that Roat Berry to activate over and over and basically take a Pokemon out with a berry, right? Next Pokemon I thought to run the team, it was Elgium because it's a really poor Pokemon. Hydro Mist is going to miss, and I'm going to go for a Trick Room here. So we got a bulky Elgium here with max speed. Sorry, not max speed in Trick Room. Max health and max special attack. Why would you actually, real talk, if you ran max speed on Elgium and Trick Room, you'd probably still go first. That's how slow it is. So anyway, we're going to go for a Meteor Beam here. I've got Power Herb as the item. So we're going to be boosting up our special attack, and we're going to be firing that big beam off right away. Now, I was actually going to do a Choice Specs one and an Everlight one, but I changed my mind. I wanted to see how powerful this thing would be under, the Trick Room, and with its, it's got a pretty good special attack. So Rotom is unfortunately going to hold on there, and it's going to eat a berry of its own, being the Citrus Berry, right? So I know that I can take this out the next turn. I can just go for a Psychic and take it out. It's going to go for Will-O-Wisp here, and it actually did miss. So the next move, obviously, is going to use against me as Hex, but I'm not going to give it an opportunity to use that, right? And we got Trick Room going here for a couple more turns, so Elgium is going to have the advantage there. So go for the Psychic, and no way Rotom Wash is going to be able to live that one, which is great there. Now, the ability on this is Analyte. Now, I know Analyte's not so good under Trick Room. It's better if you're going second. So, just in case I didn't get that Trick Room up, it was still there to power up my special attack, right? Next Pokemon we got in is the Duraludon. I'm going to go for a Dank Pulse. I'm hoping for a flinch, like a 2-hit KO flinch there. I don't get the flinch, and then I get taken out by a Dank Pulse. How ironic was that, right? Elgium is going to go down, obviously, even with max health, is not super bulky, right? But it did pretty nice damage there to the Rotom and the Duraludon. Next Pokemon is Scavalier. This is actually not a slower Scavalier, it's a speedy one, right? But before we get into this speediest Cavalier, I need to give it a little bit of speed, right? We got max attack and max speed. Now, I gave this jolly nature, only on PIMPNITE's channel, and we're going to make it go as fast as possible. Now, to obviously achieve that, we need to go into Dynamax, and we need to at least do 2 max airstreams, right? Because coming off aerialways, you really have to do it. It's a very, very slow Pokemon. I thought, if I give it a pretty decent moveset, right, but make it really, really fast, let's see how good it would do. I was potentially thinking I could get a sweep lift, right? So going for my first max airstream there, obviously I outspeed due to the Trick Room, even with max speed. That's what I was sort of talking about for Elgium. I mean, you can still roast me about that though. We got a Metal Sound here from Duraludon, and that's going to drop my special defense. Now, the thing about this, right, is actually was running Assault Vest in this, so that pretty much just got rid of my Assault Vest. So I can go for another max airstream here, right? I'm going to outspeed, which is really, really good there, and I've got +2 in speed. Now, I knew that wouldn't take it out, right? I wanted to get 2 up, And then the third in Dynamax, I wanted to get a max knuckle up. So potentially I could get +2 in speed and +1 in attack rate. And I'll be doing some pretty good damage after that. Now, I've got the max knuckle, which is coming off close combat. We've got Fell Stinger as the bug move, Iron Head as the steel move, of course, and Aerial Ace as the flying move. So finishing off the Duraludon in there, and this actually may force the Dynamax too, right? But I'm pretty bulky. I feel like I'm bulky enough to live like one Dynamax hit. And I might be able to take out the Dynamax Pokemon in 2 hits, like let's see. And then came out the Torkoal. Wait a second. I wasn't running Assault Vest, I was running Ockerberry. That's right. Anyway, so Torkoal's going to come in here. Dynamax is over here, right? So I'm thinking, okay, Torkoal's got a lot of base defense. I definitely won't take it out in one shot. My best and strongest move here is close combat. I could try for an Iron Head flinch spam, but it's not going to do much, and really my chance of flinching are only 30%. So let's go for close combat and see how much it does. It just does a little bit over half, which is brilliant there. So getting a drop of my defense, it's actually going to go for a Stealth Rock, thinking that either I'm not going to do a lot of damage to it or I'm going to swap. So Stealth Rocks are up on the field now. I have to take Torkoal out this turn, otherwise I'm going to be taken out by Ember, honestly. Torkoal goes down to the second close combat there, which is very, very good. And that's put away 3 Pokemon out. Now, I'm in a pretty strong position. Like, this Escavalier is pretty scary. Now, the real idea here is if you can get a Fell Stinger KO, right? If you can get that, right, you can just go for max Airstreams or max Knuckles, right? So in comes the shiny Pickle Knight, that disgusting shiny. I can go for an Iron Head. It will do pretty good damage there. However, I know that Multiscale will obviously make it, like, you know, kind of bad there. So I get the flinch, which is great. So now the next hit will definitely take Dragonite out. That'll be like a clear 2-hit KO. Like, Multiscale's like super, super powerful, but now there is no Multiscale. It is broken, and Dragonite is going to be going down. Escavalier is sweeping through this team. Speedy Escavalier, right? Next Pokemon we got is the Quagsire. So like, okay, Quagsire. It's also pink, people. Now, with a Pokemon like Quagsire, I'm not really sure if it's got like Unaware or not. Like, I was like, okay, well, I've got Fell Stinger. Let's see how much that actually does for it. I'm pretty sure it can't take me out even with an Earthquake or like Waterfall. So here we go. We got Dynamax Quagsire. Like, okay, I'm going to definitely find out if it's Unaware, right? Quagsire isn't really known to do like lots and lots of damage, but it will be very bulky on the defensive side, right? So this will be quite a difficult Pokemon to get around. Now, I was thinking about that too if they did Dynamax. If I did go for Iron Head, you know, it's not going to have, obviously, a flinch chance there. So Fell Stinger does, like, hardly any damage, which is to be expected. It's a very weak move, even with +1 there. And here comes, I'm guessing that's coming off the Earthquake, right? So Escavalier is going to lift that, and Quagsire is going to get a +1 in special defense. Now, it is going to get another one of them. There's no way that Escavalier could actually take it out from here. The best thing I could do is do as much damage as possible and then maybe take it out with one of my other Pokemon. And then there's only one more turn left of the Dynamax, right? So I've got close combat left. I thought, you know what? Let's just go for the close combat. It's my highest base power move. I'm going to already faint anyway. And it does just a little bit more than Fell Stinger, right? So it wasn't really going to do too much. Quagsire is definitely going to wall my Escavalier, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? So down goes my Escavalier. I've still got SQ left, which is something I might be able to throw in here and try and use. This SQ set is a big meme, though, and with it in Dynamax, it's just not going to do a lot of damage. Anyway, so Quagsire's getting another round of the leftovers too. Also, I was going to do a stream yesterday on the, the reveal for the Pokemon thing, but my internet went out. So if you were wondering about that, I'm very sorry, but my internet went out and I wasn't able to cover a live stream on it. But I might talk about that in tomorrow's video because I'm a little bit pressed for time today. So I've got a Belly Drum, Icicle Sphere, Tackle, Escu on your PIMPNITE channel. We're going to go for an Icicle Sphere, right, because I've got King Drop. Obviously, it's not going to make much of a difference with the Dynamax there, but I want to do as much damage as possible, right? This is max attack and max speed, Jolly Nature. So getting a couple of hits in there. Quagsire is going to be going for a max Geyser, and, you know, I've got my ability, so it's going to be fine, right? However, it's going to get through my ability, and I'm still going to be able to live that one, which is beautiful. So I'm guessing that was coming off, like, you know, Scald or whatever like that. So we got the leftover recovery on the Quagsire. I've got it in range to do a fair bit of damage to Icicle Sphere. If I do get, like, say I get, like, maybe 3 to 4 hits, I might be able to flinch it and take it out again. That could be quite good. I'm not sure if it's got recover yet either. If it has recover, that could be a bit of a problem. A lot of the time it does have recover, so Hopefully we don't get a recover one. So go for Ice Sphere. I am going to outspeed, which is really good there. And I get, I'm actually getting like 3 hits here. So I was like, this is really good. I then get a 4th one. The 4th one's going to land. And I get 5 hits here. The last hit actually crits, which makes a difference, right? Because Quagsire definitely would have lived that one. And it's going to go down. So that was very, very lucky there. Getting all 5 hits and the last one being a crit. Wow, that's super lucky. Last Pokemon they've got is the Raichu. I'd like to write you a love song, but I don't have much time, people, but I love you still. So it's going to come and bring that Thunderbolt to me, and SQ is going to go down. But that's all good. SQ did a fine job there. I wonder how SQ gets its Ice Cube. Does it, like, you know, just... It strolls around in a really cold place and it just, you know, sticks its head in, I don't know, and I don't know, like a little SQ freezer. I'm not really sure. Or just an iceberg just pops its head in the water, pulls out the ice block at its head, and it goes on its merry way. I'm not sure. So we got a Surf here from the Raichu in the rain. I've got Elekid. It's a Choice Scarf set. Now, I don't have any moves to really hit it with except for like Psychic and Seismic Toss. So I thought, let's go for Seismic Toss to get some fixed damage. That should do, you know, around what Psychic would, or maybe a little bit more there. And then I have another Pokemon to try and bring it in and take it out there. So Raichu is going to go for a Surf there. Also, my last Pokemon is weak to Surf. It's definitely not Entei, which is on the thumbnail of this video. So bye-bye Elekid, but you were very useful there, softening that Raichu up for my Entei, and also stalling out the couple of turns of the rain ride. Last Pokemon here, of course, is the Raikou. Not the Raikou, the Entei, mate. I even said it before. I'm going to take some Stealth Rocks damage. So before I was thinking Stealth Rocks damage, a boosted Surf in the rain. I don't want anything to do with that, right? So we got a Eruption, Scorching Sands, Solar Beam, Snarl set with Throat Spray. Here I can go for a Scorching Sands because Raichu is on only a tiny little bit of health there. I outspeed it and Raichu is going to be going down. I'm running a Timber Nature, Max Speed and Max Special Attack too. So that was the first game, a very, very close game there in the end. Hope you enjoyed some of these interesting sets there. That Speedy Escavalier really shook up their team. Like after it got a bit of speed, it was just pumping through their team. Okay, the next battle here was pretty interesting too. This is a battle against Celeste, and we got a Haunter lead. So like, okay, Haunter. Is this going to be like a Troll Focus Sash? Is it going to be bulky? Is it going to be offensive? Like, what's it going to be, right? I've got my Elekid. I was like, you know what? Let's go for Psychic. I want to see what damage this actually does to it. And Psychic does a little bit of underwhelming damage there. It's a 2-hit KO, but I thought I would have done a little bit more. So it clearly definitely has a Everlight. So Haunter is going to go for a Toxic, which is going to poison my Elekid. Now, I was thinking here they could easily pop a Destiny Bond here and easily take out my Elekid. Maybe it'd be better if I swap here and then they waste that move, then bring another Pokemon in and take them out. So I was like, let's go SQ with that. I feel like SQ would be a good choice here, right? It went for a Sucker Punch instead, so I can't say I predict that one, so interesting play there. It's a mix set with Shadow Ball and Sucker Punch. Shadow Ball is going to hit me pretty hard there. I went for Belly Drop, and it's going to fail. Man, I'm not having a good day with SQ at the moment. I did get 5 hits before, though, so I won't complain too much. So swapping out my SQ, going back into Elekid this time. I thought they may go for another Sucker Punch, but they went for Dank Pulse here, and I'm going to take a little bit of damage from that one. Okay, so Elekid is on its last turn here. I have to take out the Hornet. I know that I can with Psychic. Definitely, but I think it's going to go for Sucker Punch, and it is. Sucker Punch is just going to fail, taking Elekid out, and Elekid is going to go for a Thunder, which lands, and down goes Haunter. Now, the only reason I went for Thunder then, in fact, is that they did actually swap out. So Haunter's going to go down, and my Elekid's going to go down to the toxic damage that the Haunter did to me earlier on the game. But, I mean, in hindsight, I could have just gone for another Psychic there with my Choice Scarf, but I didn't know. I thought they would, you know, go for a Destiny Bond, right? So we got the Tangler coming out here, right? Now, Tangler is looking very, very green spaghetti. I'm going to go for the Ice Sphere here and hope for the best, right? I might be able to get like 5 hits off and get a flinch. That'd be really, really nice, right? So getting 2 hits there on the Tangler and getting a third one too. We've already done a fair bit of its health already too. And I wasn't sure if they're going to be running Everlight on this one too. But it is doing a fair bit, so I'm thinking they're like the least max health. So I get 4 hits then, and now Tangler is going to go for the Sleep Powder. Sleep Powder is going to connect, and SQ is going to go asleep, right? I mean, but like being an SQ in real life, right? What you do, right? This is how you be an SQ in real life. You go to the fridge, right, where it's cold and stuff. You go to the fridge, right, you open the freezer, you stick your head in there for a prolonged period, then you pull it out, then you'll have an ice block on your head, and then you go, I don't know, you have to call up one of your friends to come and just use Power Whip on it. Anyway, that's how you be SQ in real life. So we got a Power Whip here from the SQ, and it does very little damage because the SQ actually lives on 2 health and wakes up there and gets another Ice Sphere off in its nice form or nice form. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. Then again, let's be real, I don't know how to pronounce anything. So I go for more of these Ice Scissors, hoping I get enough to take out the Tangler here. That'd be absolute gold if I do. Getting another one off there, and that is enough to take out Tangler. Man, I've had some good luck with the Ice Scissors. So bye-bye Tangler. He actually hit 4 times there, which is very, very good. Next Pokemon is Poipole. So I'm like, Poipole, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get a free Beast Boost on me. Now, I thought about swapping for a bit, and I was like, nah, let's get some damage. I might even be able to get lucky on this thing too, right? I've been on a really good roll, right? So outspeeding Poipole, it's not as fast as Pokemon. Then I only get like 2 hits, which is like super, super lame. So like, okay. It is what it is, right? So we got the Executor. It's going to go down to the Dragon Pulse there from the Poipole. And instead of getting a special attack boost, it actually gets a special defense boost. So I was like, okay. That's fair enough. So going into the Scavalier here, right? A Scavalier is my sweeping one, which you've seen before. At this stage, I'm thinking I could Dynamax here against the Poipole. What can Poipole actually do to a Scavalier? Let's be real. Poison-type moves ain't going to do donkeys. Dragon-type move ain't going to do donkeys. There's sort of walled there, you know what I mean? So I was like, this would be a great opportunity to go for Dynamax, right? Let's go for that. So I thought I could definitely get a couple of turns up against that. Now, the great thing about a Scavalier, it's such a bulky Pokemon too. So once it's got a bit of speed up, it's very hard to take you out. Like, if you don't have a Fire-type move, you are in a lot of trouble, right? And it's like, if you could bulk yourself up with like Max Steel Spike, like it's very bulky already. So man, it's actually very, very hard to take out. So we've got the a nasty plot coming from the Poipole, boosting her special attack. I went for a max airstream here, so I was thinking, okay, I might not be able to outspeed it like the next turn, but I mean, even if I do outspeed it the next turn, I need 2 of these up anyway. Scavalier is very, very slow. So going for 1 more, then I thought I could go for 2 of them, then I could go for a max Knuckle and take it out there. Kind of similar to like the first battle. Poipole Shiny looks really good. I like that yellow on white kind of look. Looks very, very good right there. Anyway, I'm going to say this video for the people that are still watching in the comment section. What did you think of the Pokemon news yesterday? I was going to ask in tomorrow's video, but let me know your thoughts and stuff like that. I may do a separate video on it. Like, I was thinking about maybe doing one tomorrow, but if you're interested in that, just talking about some thoughts and stuff. But I don't know, just let me know some of your feelings in the comment section. I like reading through people's thoughts and stuff. So go for a max Knuckle here anyway on the Poipole, and that's going to be enough to take it out, which is nice there. So goodbye Poipole, and hello attack boost for my Scavalier. I'm very, very confident that I can get a Scavalier sweep with this set quite easily. Like, it's got, like, the moves I got are definitely good. Like, no denying that. It's more getting up those speed boosts and dodging like a fire type Pokemon. Now, in both these battles, right, I had an Aqua Berry and I had an Assault Vest. So I did change between both the items. Like, I felt that Scavalier would benefit more from Assault Vest than Aqua Berry, because Aqua Berry would really only work in Dynamax, right? Like, and it would still do a lot of damage. So in comes a Farfetch there. I'm going to drop that like a stone with Iron Head. I thought it may have a Sash. Then again, I thought like it might have a Sash, and it might have like Inner Focus or something like that, but it's going to go down. Second last Pokemon, not last Pokemon, is the Kabutops there. And we're going to have a Dynamax Kabutops. So I was like, okay, Kabutops and Dynamax. Once again, I'm in a position where I thought I was going to go for Iron Head there to try and flinch it, and I thought let's see how much Fell Stinger it is, and Fell Stinger is not going to do very much damage to Kabutops at all, right? Like, if I already had a Fell Stinger boost up there, and then I had that +1 from Dynamax, sure, that'd do a lot there. So I'm guessing this is probably going to be a Swift Swing one. Fell Stinger does very good damage there. Let's say even if I went for an Iron Head, it wouldn't have done like too much more, right? So here comes the Water type move. I'm guessing that's like probably, I don't know, Waterfall Liquidation there, and that is going to put the Rain up. So since the Rain is going, I'm pretty sure it's going to have Swift Sweep, because it just outsped me, right? So here comes the second Max Geyser, and bye-bye a Scavalier. So we got Kabutops in the Rain. Kabutops in the Rain is actually quite a threatening Pokemon, especially if it gets something like Sword Dance up, which it hasn't here, but it's still quite threatening, right? And I've got my Entei as my last Pokemon. So I thought, my 4th Pokemon, not my last. So I thought, what I do right here, I'm going to throw some bait out, right? I'm going to put that fresh bit of bait on the end of the hook, right? Cast it in, then quickly reel the rod in, and then cast out some more bait, right? So I went into Executor there to take the Water type move, hoping it would go for a Water type move again, and it did, which is really, really good. So I'm going to be able to tank that one and stall out the last turn of Dynamax. Now, Executor, unfortunately, if this is a physical set, the Roa Berry is not going to come into effect because I'm going to need the opposite berry, right? So it's a little bit unfortunate, and this is probably the first time you'll see an Executor struggle with a Kabutops in a 1v1. I wish they had a grass type move, so I thought, you know what I'm going to do? The best thing that I could do right here is go for a sunny day. Let's get rid of that rain. Let's get rid of Kabutops' speed advantage, and obviously, you know, that'll stop its water type moves from being so powerful. Let's force it to use something like Stone Edge, right? So out comes the sun. And now I can go for a Leech Seed or an Infestation, right? There's no real point in healing here. There's not much point in stalling at this point out. I just wanted to get Kabutops like a little bit of extra damage, right? Then I could swap in my Entei actually has Solar Beam too, which would be very, very nice. So I go for Infestation here on the Kabutops. Does obviously very minimal damage, but, you know, it gets it closer to around the half health there. Not that it matters. If I can swap my Entei, I know that I can one-shot it with Solar Beam, right? Because that's 4 times super effective. Now, I could heal here. I was like, nah, let's go for Leech Seed. Let's do that. Kabutops going to go for a Stone Edge here, and that is going to take Executor out. Now, Executor's EVs, if you were wondering, were max health and max defense. I wanted the opponent to attack me on the special side, right? And I had a Bold Nature for that one. So in comes Entei. We got the Solar Beam here, and I can go for Solar Beam because remember I set the sun up with my Executor, right? So that was another plan that I thought would be good too. So this thing could use Stone Edge against me and do a lot of damage. However, it is not going to get a chance because it's going to get outsped because I've got Timid Nature, and it's going to be 4 times super effective. And Solar Beam's going to activate right away, which is really nice. A lot of the time, what I did right with this Throat Spray and Eruption, I wanted to come in and finish a Pokemon off, get Throat Spray boost, and then spam Eruption. That was the idea with this set. It was a pretty strong set, right? The last Pokemon here we got is the Pink Sneasel. I was like, okay, does this have a sash? I've got Eruption. It's going to do a lot of damage like in the sun. So going for the Eruption here on the Sneasel. Sneasel could have Fake Out, Ice Shard. It really doesn't have a lot to do to me. If it's got a Dark type move, I know that I can leave it. However, I am going to outspeed, which is very, very good there. And Eruption's going to hit at full base power in the sun. And down goes the little Pink Sneasel. Thank you, people, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow with another theme team. And I hope you have a good day or night. Peace out, people.